The recent passing away of Akira Toriyama hit anime fans really hard. Everyone was shocked with his sudden death. He was not sick, at least nothing was publicly announced in the days leading up to his death. As any kid who grew up watching, idolizing Dragon Ball and trying to turn into a Super Saiyan when I was angry, it hit me really hard. It was the same feeling when Kentaro Miura, the mangaka of Berserk, passed away. The same feeling as if you lost a family member. So, what's the best way to overcome this feeling? I started by reading Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. Although it's not technically Akira Toriyama manga, it was created under his guidance. Yet, even after revisiting these beloved series, I still felt a void that needed to be filled. I then turned to some Akira Toriyama's older works, hoping to find that same connection that I felt once, but even those did not quite hit the mark for me. That's when I thought of my next best option, fan-made spin-offs. You read the title of this video, you know the background, so let's get going. Dragon Ball Multiverse. This one is for the OG fans, created by a very talented group of French mangakas. It started back in 2008, 16 years ago. Damn. Has it been that long? And it's still in continuation, with more than 2,200 pages. It is a fanfiction about super tournament between all the universes, kind of like Dragon Ball Super, but the universes this time do not introduce any new characters. Well, some do, but a variation of our beloved characters. There is a universe where the Saiyajin control the world, and another universe where Cell won the Cell games, and he is the strongest and the only warrior in the universe. You get the idea, right? This tournament is presented in a huge bracket tournament, not a battle royale. And between the matches, you get a glance into the background of these characters and their respective universes. I really cannot stress on how amazing Dragon Ball Multiverse is. The quality of the art is top-notch, the stories are solid, and it's fun to see, for hardcore fans, the very different versions of our characters in many different scenarios. It's like we get a variation of endings for the stories that we love. Check it out and give some love to the creators. I will leave the link for this manga in the description. The day I got reincarnated as Yamcha. Yamcha, the weakest between the Z warriors, consistently getting beat up and dying as a joke. What if a person with the knowledge of the Dragon Ball universe gets reincarnated as Yamcha? An interesting plot, right? How will you handle the Cyberman fight, the Saiyajin invasion, and your relationship with Bulma? The day I got reincarnated as Yamcha is a fun twist, combining isekai mangas and Dragon Ball. This story explores how will a fan act if he got reincarnated as Yamcha, cheating the system and beating the odds to fulfill his potential. This manga have only 3 chapters, but each chapter have a fun and unexpected twist that will keep you entertained. If you are looking for a quick and fun read, this one is for you. Super Vegeta Den. What if Vegeta have gone to Earth instead of Goku? Interesting idea, right? Well, this fanfiction manga narrates this story. It starts from the moment that Vegeta hit Earth in the early days of Dragon Ball and continue until the fight between him and Goku during the Saiyajin invasion arc. The narration of this manga is absolutely perfect and believable. Because Vegeta is a higher class Saiyajin than Goku, when he comes to Earth, his power level is already over 8,000. So, he just one-shot most of Goku's early opponents, like the Red Ribbon Army, Tenshin, Piccolo, and even Raditz. Also, this manga will reveal how will Vegeta's personality affect his relationships with Kuririn, Master Roshi, Yamcha, Bulma, and many more. This fanfiction is a fascinating twist of the Dragon Ball saga, and makes for a fun and interesting read, so please, check it out. Dragon Ball DBVS. This one is a pure joy to read. If you enjoy power scaling, compare gross strength between 2 warriors from different timelines and universes that were never meant to fight. It's a story that takes place in a fictional timeline where characters from all over the Dragon Ball franchise fight. It makes no canonical sense, but it's a pure joy to read. Fights like Goku from Dragon Ball GT facing Black Goku. No, not this one. This one. Or Android 21 versus Ultra Instinct Goku. Fights you probably played in Dragon Ball games are in a manga form right now, with top quality drawing and beautiful scripted fights that make sure all the characters get their shining moments and power up to their full strength. so make sure to check this one out. Dragon Ball Super Broly. This fan-made spin-off focuses on the life of Broly after the events of the movie Dragon Ball Super Broly. After he gets defeated by Gogeta and goes to live on a remote planet with Chile and Lemo, Broly is suffering from night terrors owing to a combination of his father's death and his uncontrollable rage, afraid that he might hurt his friends one day. It's a story that is told from Broly's point of view and focuses on his mental struggles and how his friends will teach him how to use his power and not go berserk. It have 2 chapters so far, and I'm not sure there will be a 3rd, but if there is, I will be on the lookout. It's an emotional deep story that deals with trauma, the feeling of loss, and friendship. If this interests you, be sure to check it out. Dragon Ball Kakumei. This is by far the most extreme and serious fan-made spin-off. It gives unofficial seinen manga vibes with no inside jokes, no messing around, and with some serious, really serious character developments. It starts after the event of the Tournament of Power, where, by the wish of C-17, all of the universes are back to existing, even the ones that were brought down previously by Zeno, with many new opponents that are on par with the gods of destructions, angels, and even Zeno himself. It is an all-out war following not only the Z fighters, but all of the fighters from other universes, their interaction with each other, and their progress. This story is so unique because it follows the usual structure of any Dragon Ball arc: revelation of the bad guys, initial confrontation to know the scale of their power, the training period, and the final confrontation. Without spoiling much, this is an all-out war, the survival of the strongest. Read this if you want to join the author's imagination on how strong and brutal the other universes are. How is Planet Sanada of the Saiyajin in the Universe 6? Will Gohan make a return and take fighting seriously? This and much more on Dragon Ball Kakumei. Dragon Ball AF. If you were alive during the 2000s and a fan of Dragon Ball at that time, there were rumors of another Dragon Ball part that takes place after GT. Modded video game were released, new forms were theorized, some manga pages were leaked, and the hype was really serious. This continues until no further news were released. The hype died down, and it turned up to be a lie when Akira Toriyama officially stated that he is not intending on continuing the Dragon Ball series. While doing the research of this video, I actually found out that there is an old fan-made manga that was created in the year 2000 that is called Dragon Ball AF, made by Toyotaro himself, the current mangaka of Dragon Ball Super. It takes place after GT, and all the new forms like Super Saiyan 5 and the Japanese manga pages that were leaked are actually from this fan-made manga. The quality of the art is amazing, the style, the flow of the fights, everything fits the original Dragon Ball style. That explains why Toyotaro was chosen by Akira Toriyama to work on the Dragon Ball Super project. Anyway, if you are interested to see the early work of Toyotaro on Dragon Ball AF, I will leave the link in the description. It's a short project that only has 5 chapters, but it's worth checking out. Dragon Ball, a dream from the world. To wrap up this video, I want to talk about a fan-made one-shot that unfortunately I discovered only recently, and it hit me the hardest. It's a fitting conclusion to a video like this, and I believe if Akira Toriyama were still with us and had the chance to read it, he would have approved of every single page. This one-shot explores the universe of future Trunks, but it's not just about fighting or his tragic storyline. Instead, it tells the tale of Goku dying from his heart virus, the many desperate attempts to save him, and his final wish to Shenron. This story is emotional and hopeful, serving as a reminder to always have faith in a better future, no matter how dark the times may seem. While it's true that Akira Toriyama has passed away, and the original timeline of Dragon Ball ended with him, as long as there are passionate and talented people who continue to put life into his work and beloved characters, Dragon Ball and the Z Warrior stories will never truly die. Thank you for watching, make sure to subscribe, and as always, see you soon, bye.